Hello crafters and welcome to P2PCrafts Lockdown Lives, brought to you by From Picture to Page and Beyond Papercraft shows. I'm Michelle Brown, creative director from Picture to Page, which is our scrapbooking, mixed media art and paper crafting community, and we're so excited to have you joining us today. And whether you're here live or watching a replay, that is fine. You are all most welcome. Now, P2PCraft Lockdown Lives are all about a series of demonstrations from our talented retailers, and we're covering scrapbooking, card making, art journaling, mixed media and more. And of course, the great thing about all these techniques is that you can use them across so many of your different projects. Now, for the details of all these lockdown lives, head over to our website from picturetopageandbeyond.com.au, where you can catch up on the replays, see who's coming up, and of course, all the details for all of our featured artists and retailers. And while you're there, make sure you're on our email list so we can get all the updates straight into your inbox and also send you out all the information before anyone else hears about it. Now, whether you're watching here live or watching a replay on Facebook and YouTube, we would love to know that you're there. So pop in the comments, just like Tamara's done it. Hi, Helen. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Carol. Hi, Rosalind. Hi, Tamara. It's lovely to see you all there with us. And just let us know that you're there, where you're watching us from. If you've got any questions, let us know that as well. And we're so looking forward to spending some time with you. So today, P2PCrafts Lockdown Live is chatting with Dannii from Close to My Heart. Hi, Dannii.
Hi, Michelle. How are you?
We're going okay. How are you?
Oh, look, so excited about lockdown extensions. So many craft projects to do.
Yeah, it's a bit of a double-edged sword, isn't it? There's some happies and some sads all mixed in.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's what we have to try to find that happy amongst all the challenges.
Yes.
Excellent. So what's been going on to Close to My Heart?
Look, just the usual kind of virtual events. Close to My Heart have really jumped on board with virtual events, and I'm really blessed with that my customers have been able to take part in that. They're running a lot through their Facebook page, and whilst they are at silly o'clock, because, you know, America, Australia conversion,
yeah,
they are then replayable later. So it's been fabulous for those that are purchasing some of our kits, for example, and are going, I need that little bit of extra help.
Mm-hmm.
And so they can jump on and watch those even on replay, just so that, you know, they get the new ideas and get those techniques down pat. So it's been fabulous. So I did a weekend retreat 2 weekends ago now, snuck it in before lockdown.
Yep.
And a couple of us got together and we stayed away, kids, and got up at like 1 a.m, 2 a.m. to do those classes live, and it was fabulous. One of those techniques that I'm going to be sharing with you today.
Mm-hmm. Oh, excellent. And without daylight savings, is the time zone better? I guess at 1 or 2 o'clock it doesn't really matter, does it?
Doesn't make a difference, let's be honest.
Yeah, exactly. I think sometimes, like if it's the difference between 4 and 6 a.m, it's not too bad, but 2 a.m is really not good.
Makes no difference.
Excellent. So what are you going to share with us today, Dannii?
So today I want to highlight our cardstock. It's quite different from others on the market. It's actually a white core cardstock. So there's strong feelings around that. Some people love it, some people hate it. But I want to show you some of the advantages of white core with the current trend in the market again. So distressed edges and paper tearing is back. So I want to highlight that and some fun ways to do that.
Excellent. Although paper tearing can be challenging for some scrapbookers and card makers, so I guess we just have to give ourselves permission to play.
Yes.
Excellent. Let's jump into it. Okay, and while Danny's setting up, hi Bronwyn, hi Tracy Ann, hi Desleen, hi Kathy. It's so lovely to have you all with us. And like Dannii said, it's really exciting to sort of be looking at a technique again. It's sort of, everything that's old is new again in a way as well. But it's lovely just to be reminded that some simple technique can really make the difference in some of your card making projects. So I think Dannii is ready to go. So take it away, Dannii.
Hi Michelle, you'll have to tell me if my camera's a bit off.
That looks fantastic.
Awesome. All right, so I wanted to talk about a technique, so different paper tearing and things that ultimately I'm going to show you how to create this sort of effect that we have here. But for those that are new to our Close to My Heart cardstock, we have over 42 colours in the range, and the thing I love about this, it turns out to be over 84 colours in the range, because when you turn them over, they're a darker shade. So one side is darker. So it gives us that beautiful effect with just the one sheet. And of course, it's a white core. So when you tear it, you get that white edge. So you can see here, and I don't know if that's a good distinction, but the two different colours from the one sheet of paper. So you talked about the fact that some people struggle with paper tearing. The biggest factor I say to my customers is, remember, it's only paper. So if you stuff it up, get another sheet, it won't matter. So the trick to paper tearing, which particularly with our cardstock and the colour that you want facing up, I always hold that up and then I push down with the colour that I want and I tear up. So this side here is going to be the edge that I want to keep. And so the bit that I pull up gets a plain coloured tear, whereas the bit that I push down gets that white tear. So just a trick to remember. And of course, depending on what direction you tear, etc., so you can play with it, you can get these fun curved organic tears more so than what perhaps I had before. So definitely a fun one to play with it. You could obviously use get another piece of thing, something straight. I've just got a nail file here and just pull straight up the edge, and that will give you a more distinct straight edge to it. The other thing about our cardstock being that white edge is once you use sandpaper or something like that, or even an edge distresser, and I didn't bring mine here, you can be sanding those edges off. If you don't have an edge distresser or sandpaper or anything on hand, the side of your scissors can work just as well. Now, obviously, you could do it with the blade, but it will obviously shorten the lifespan of your blade because it's just like cutting. So if you use the firm edge, you can actually drag it along. And yes, it does create these messy sort of edges and you crinkle your paper and stuff, but that all adds to the look. And so you can easily distress the edge of your paper just with the side of your scissors. Now, the other thing, I'll use this piece actually, that I really like about sandpaper on our cardstock, as I shake my whole table here doing this, so I'll pull this back up. Obviously, you can control that a bit more, move in circles, whatever you like, but the minute I start sanding at the surface of the paper, it's taking away that colour and revealing a little bit of the white core happening there. So great to give that aged, antique-y sort of look to your papers. And of course, if you don't have a sanding block, maybe hubby's got some sandpaper in the shed. That's where I raided that one from. The good old emery board from your bathroom, that would work really well, or the bottom of your handbag, wherever you're hiding those. So you can get lots of looks with that. With this particular technique, and I also used it on this layout here, my gorgeous daughter doing some cooking, it's actually a very strategic way to do edges on your paper. So I'm just going to sit those aside. Now, you could obviously do this with a scoreboard if you have a scoreboard. I'm going to show you today with a paper trimmer because most of us have a paper trimmer. So using this line here, and I've been doing this a bit, I've got paper chunkies in there. Grab another scrap of cardstock. I've got all sorts of stuff here, Michelle. Here we go. That one will be perfect.
Oh, well, you can never throw any bits out. You never know when they might be useful.
I know, right? I picked it all up just going, we'll use it. So the key to this technique is to decide which colour side you want up, whether it's the light or the dark, and whichever's going to be the front that you want to show on your creation, you need to place on the face down on the bed of your trimmer. And I'm actually going to go this way. And so please yourself. You can obviously shut your trimmer. Like I love this aluminium rail trimmer from Fiskars. It gives me a good solid platform to press against. But any of the rail trimmers that sort of have an edge, or you can just use it to hold the paper down and just, so then I learnt to do it with a bone folder, and you're literally just running and pressing firm enough that you are cutting that paper. And if not, just pull it. And so you can see there, you're getting that kind of raised edge with the jagged edges.
Right.
Now, if you don't have a bone folder, don't stress. I'm going to do this again. I can't even think what this
embossing tool?
Yes, thank you. An embossing tool. And obviously you can get them in different sizes and the ball on the end. I've just got a small one, but it takes a little bit more work. And I'm never good at this one, but
Yeah, so just something that's got a fairly sharp point will be enough to sort of break that
Yep,
surface.
absolutely. And so you can see there, just tear that bit. So now I've got this piece that has two raised edges.
Mm-hmm.
And so obviously you could do the same with your scissors, tweezers, anything like that, anything to break that surface. Now, when you butt, so if I flip this over, let's go this way just for, I tend to find often if you start in the center of the piece and then work back to the edges, it is a bit easier. So now I've got these two edges, and so they butt up against each other. It doesn't matter. So if I bring this card back in, it doesn't matter if they're a bit uneven and a bit extra. So I've got a bit extra bits that have ripped out, etc. It's all going to add to that look.
Yeah.
And so you can see, so in this card, I've actually just used two different paper colours. So this is our peach paper, and this is the light side of the peach, the dark side. And then this is our sorbet colour. So this is the dark side and the light side. And so you can get very easily these beautiful ombre type effects by utilising both colour sides of the paper. In this one, we added in some of our cinnamon paper. And I can't even remember what that colour is. It might be cinnamon the other side. But, you know, again, that ombre sort of look. With our cardstocks, you can obviously order them by the colour. So you could just pick one colour and you can order a pack of 24. Or we do now have on the website what they call a custom cardstock pack. And you can order these as a 12 pack or a 24 pack. And you can choose up to, so in a 12 pack, up to 6 different colours, because they say it's two sheets per colour. And then in a 24 pack, obviously you can order up to 12 different colours. So it gives you a nice variety when you're wanting to create an array of cardstock for you there as well.
Yeah, that's a great idea, because especially the length of your strips, you get quite a few of those out of a 12 by 12 sheet.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And look, I just love that white core. Even if you then decide you've got some pieces that you want to use and you don't particularly like the white core, simply inking the edge just with a matching ink. And so all our cardstock colours match our ink colours. So just simply running the same ink pad over the edge, and you instantly hide that white core anyway, for those that don't like it. And you will, with the matching inks, it comes out a little bit darker perhaps sometimes, depending which side of the cardstock you're using. And so it'll give that framing effect to your pictures. So a bit like adding my dotted line here, if I had just inked the edges of those cardstocks, it would help just frame that and keep it within the page. And that's it, Michelle. It's a really simple, quick and easy technique that most of us could probably do with supplies we have at home.
Yeah, it is. And then how have you stuck the strips down onto your page or your card?
Double-sided tape, glue, whatever you prefer. It really doesn't matter. I think from this, I actually just ran strips of tape runner down the page and then just put it on rather than doing each individual little piece. But you could certainly, whatever your favourite medium for attaching paper to paper, and you'll have no hassles whatsoever.
Oh, excellent, excellent. And you said you had a few other things to share with us today.
Oh, I do. Thank you for that reminder. Okay, let me get this trimmer out of the way. So, close to my heart have been running a few specials of late, and they tend to change them every month. And so this month for June, they're having what they call a return to happiest place. And so
that's quite appropriate for us Victorians.
Absolutely. Very bright, bold colouring, so these primary reds and blues and things like that. And of course, you can't help but notice there is a bit of a Disney theme going on, which I'm sure would be my happy place if I could get there more often. And so they've brought these out in 12 by 12 papers, but also in album kits as well. So this just happens to be the 8.5 by 11 album kit. And so a lot of these pieces, these attached pieces, are either stickers or they're die cuts that come in the kit.
Okay.
And then there is a little bit of trimming in terms of cutting some of the papers down to size. But, for example, this backing page, was pre-cut in the kit in that size.
Oh, nice. I really like that size too. It's a nice shape.
It is a nice shape. And so the kit was also designed, now I haven't done it on this one, but what I'll show you with this one, hang on, I'll reach that. This album kit here actually has flip flaps.
Oh, wow.
You cut through the page protector.
Oh.
And so what it's actually got in here, and if I pull this page out, it's actually got its own plastic sleeve.
Right.
So these are a fun way to add just some extra photos. So, for example, to this one, it also added the extra photo, but I could hide my journaling underneath as well.
Oh, because I was thinking, you'd have to pull it out of the pocket, but doing it that way,
That way was, really, really easy. And so, so I haven't done it on this one yet, but I would actually do some dots on each end with a piercing tool just to highlight that, stick my cutting mat into my sleeve and just cut it with a Stanley knife and a metal ruler, and then poke that out through the sleeve. And so that works really well so that you can flip it whenever you want. And
that's a really good point, is to make sure you put your cutting mat into the pocket and just cut through one surface, not through the whole way. That would be bad.
Definitely.
I think it's one of those things that you'd only do once and then you'd learn and move on.
Yes. And you know what? I could probably actually show you that because I have those bits here. Let me do one right now. So taking my piercing tool, I'm literally just putting dots. So this sort of helps, A, line it up for me so that I know exactly where I've got to cut, but B, it also sort of acts as a bit of a stopper for cut.
Yep.
So that you won't, because some people have said to me, oh, does it tear, Dannii? What if it tears? But no, it won't. Now, I apologise if I put my head over here a bit.
No, you're right.
See? And so I'm literally just cutting from dot to dot. Cover this back up before I accidentally cut myself.
We just don't have enough dot to dots these days, do we?
No, absolutely not. And so the easiest way I find with this is to actually, in this instance, as it's coming down.
Yep. Oh, that is quite simple. Yeah. So the sideways ones would be a little bit more complex, but the straight up and down ones, that makes it much easier.
Yeah, definitely. And look, I've often been known to go, oh, that's meant to be sideways. Let's just turn it the other way so that it's down. So our flip flaps do actually come in packs of, I'm going to say 12, and in a variety of sizes. So from 2x2 right up to 6x12 as well.
Okay, so you can choose if you make them opening to the top or the side.
Yes, and so the packs actually come with 6 of each direction.
Right.
So, unless the 6x12s are all down the long side, but usually you're adding them to the outside anyway. This is a cute one. This is actually using those pockets, but filling it with, in this case, it's star confetti. And so it's like a little interactive over there, and you would put your journaling or whatever behind. A cute little one in that. What else is going on here? So, yes, I mean, that's the album kit, but there are, as I said, papers and things like that. There's actually foil embossed 12x12 cardstocks as well. There's lots of niceties in that range. So, yeah.
Excellent. So tell us a little bit more about the kits. Are they sort of monthly kits or they're one-offs?
So this particular one is a one-off, but we do actually offer a subscription kit. Hang on 2 seconds and I'll reach it because I can show you one. They come in a pretty pink box or a green box, depending on.
We all love a nice box. It almost doesn't matter what comes in it.
No, it doesn't. And so this one arrived the other day, so I haven't even opened this one. So you guys can have a...
Oh, it's like an unboxing.
Yeah. When I can... It's well taped up. There's no way nothing is going to escape from here.
Yeah.
And so this is called our Craft with Heart subscription. And I choose to get it... I do the yearly subscription because it works out cheaper, a lot cheaper. And they send it to me... I think it's 3 times a year. So I get 4 months in a box. So
okay. Yep.
4 months in a box. And so each month has 2 layouts. So if I just pull one of those out, and this is the May one that I've clearly not done yet.
Well, May was such a busy month.
It was crazy. So you get beautiful full colour instructions.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I'm upside down.
No, you're the right way. Yep.
Good. In case you're not getting your photos on at the same time as creating, and I'm sure there's a few of us out there that are guilty of that, there is photo mats. So these are just place card holders for your photos.
Mm-hmm.
And then it varies from kit to kit, but these are stickers.
Wow.
And so you can see they're clearly marked layout 1, layout 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then these are the die cuts, and again, layout 1, layout 2.
They thought of everything.
They did. We got confused the first time they didn't have them. And so then you've got your printed backing sheets as well.
Oh.
And they come with all the bits and pieces, like these are the photo mats and other bits to go on your pages, which is all indicated for you.
Right. So it's actually 2 double spreads. Right. I was thinking it was just 1. Yep.
No, 2 doubles, and you get your page protectors.
Yep.
And of course, there's nothing saying you have to follow these instructions.
Mm-hmm.
You can totally change it up, add more things, take things away and use them on other layouts, anything like that. So that's one option. And then the other option, now I've actually started creating these, so there's bits and pieces everywhere, but this is our card subscription kit.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes 3 times a year. Let's get rid of all these bits. But you get an exclusive stamp set that comes in the kit, a cute little block, because even if you're a crafter that perhaps hasn't done a lot of stamping, this means you can buy this kit and literally add adhesive and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Because you've got your little block. They provide a little ink.
Oh, nice.
And then all the bits and pieces. So I've actually created some of these and sent them. So this particular kit has shaker cards in it. So these are the shaker foams. And so there's little squares cut in the middle of this. This is the leftover stuff in the middle.
Uh-huh.
There's enough foams in there that any of the cards that I wanted to, add some dimension to, I could do. All the card bases come with this. And so there's 24 cards in the kit.
Wow, that's a huge amount of cards.
It is a huge amount. They reckon it's about enough to get you through 3 or 4 months of card giving.
Yeah.
And then for each card, and again, card 7, card 8, card 9, so you get sheets of the die cuts that go with it.
Mm-hmm.
And of course you get lovely printed colour instructions, which I've clearly left out of the box somewhere on my table somewhere else.
Okay, but it gives you lots of ideas for each one.
Yes, and then you've got obviously your envelopes.
Oh, right.
Well.
Oh, that's handy because sometimes they're hard to find.
Absolutely. So, yeah, that is our offerings at the moment.
Excellent. I'll let you bring your camera back and we'll have a chat. Well, wasn't that lovely? And it is so nice, like I said, just to have a refresher on things like tearing paper, as silly as that sounds, just doing it in the right way can really add a bit of a different look to your card making and scrapbooking. And of course, in art journaling, it's a great way to feather that edge of the collage element that you're adding. So, Dannii, thank you so much for sharing that with us.
You're so welcome.
Excellent. Now, if people wanted to get in touch with you and learn more about especially those card and those album kits, where's the best place to find you?
They can find me on Facebook. Alternatively, they can go through to my website and all the information is on there as well.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Well, you take care and thank you so much for joining us for this P2PCrafts Lockdown Live.
Have a good day.
Thanks, Dannii. And so we hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, just go out and experiment. You don't always have to cut your pages. You can tear them. You can distress the edge. You can add ink or not. And it just gives you a little bit of a toolkit to make things look a little bit more grungy or a little bit more organic. So I hope you have a play with it. And I hope you've enjoyed this P2PCrafts Lockdown Live. As we always say, make sure you give us a like, thumbs up. Any questions, leave them in the comments. And Dannii and I will certainly keep an eye on them and get back to you soon. So this is Michelle signing off. We hope you have a crafty day.